Recently, I was thinking about can AIs dream. So, when I say can AIs dream, I mean that when human beings generally dream, what is happening on a neurological level is we are kind of going into a state wherein our subconscious mind is active and it processes whatever happened in the whole day, stuff like that. And many a times when we dream, some random complex problems get solved. So I thought, artificial neural networks do work in a similar way. So this journey began by asking ChatGPT a simple question. Artificial neural networks work similar to human brains, right? Has there been any research or experiments on dreams that humans have and how it could be implemented in AI or ML or DL? And it gave a pretty decent output. So there have been various researches and various companies have worked in this domain. Now, my idea was that I think I should try this out. So let's say I make a machine learning model which I would be able to test this hypothesis on. Now, initially, it created a ML model which was basically finding the square of a number. So the data set would have numbers and the square of their numbers, and the machine learning model would have to find the square root based on the squares. Now, I did try it out. I tested it on 100 data points, but the result was not much impressive as you would have expected, as this is a completely deterministic solution problem. So, this is pure math, so you cannot have a space for creativity or any change, or there is no randomness in this type of thing. So, I tested out two separate models, one before dreaming and one after dreaming. And in this context, dreaming means that the ML model is restructuring itself or refining itself randomly, which can generate more creative or random outputs. But after performing this simple experiment, what I did find out was dreaming does not help in mathematical problems, as there is a purely deterministic output, so there isn't going to be a difference. So I thought, well, if we cannot use mathematics, but we can use something creative, such as artistic pattern generations, where there is a space where there is a chance of having creativity or randomness. So, next thing you know, ChatGPT is generating code for this. And initially, the output was just eye soaring, like, this is just pure garbage. What even is this? Like, it didn't even make any sense. I mean, it was just bizarre. So I asked ChatGPT again to maybe repurpose it or find some better alternatives. And it gave out this, which is like there wasn't a much of a difference before dreaming and after dreaming. The output was just blurred. So didn't really understand what was happening actually. The thing is, while dreaming in humans, we don't really remember all of our dreams. Most of them are missed out, but or filtered out because our unconscious mind does not consider it much important. But the ones which are important are stored in our brains, so we do remember them when we wake up. Now, the thing is, we should be able to create some sort of filtering mechanism in this ML model such that it can only store important or relevant dreams and discard whatever is not important or garbage. Now, there are various ways to do this, and so I wanted to experiment out on three different outputs. So, one which is normal, one before filtering and one after filtering. So we would have three outputs. The results were much better. So comparatively, the output after filtering was much better. But still, there wasn't a significant change. There has to be some sort of way to actually compare this, as visually it is not much easy for us to determine what's the actual difference. Also, one of the important thing was there wasn't much randomness involved. So I had to make it so that it tries to be more and more creative. As ML models are generally very much structured, and that is not helpful in formats such as creative expressions. So after a lot of discussion with ChatGPT, we finally came to conclusion of creating a filter or a parameter to optimize for, which was DQI. I'm not going into the basic details of the ML part because personally, even I don't really understand all of this stuff. But it was just about trying to experiment what we can do, even if I don't personally know what these concepts are, but what we can experiment with using AIs and LLMs. Now, other than that, now the filtered output was better than previous, but I still wasn't satisfied with the results. So I asked, we have multiple dreams in the night. We don't really, we don't see any of them or remember, but they are there. So we should not stop the ML model on just one dream. We can have multiple dreams and we can verify the results or view the results after each and every step. So that is what I tried. Initially, the normal output was clear a little bit, and after each and every dream, the output got more and more random and blurred. Parametered output were still not as something that I wanted to. And the final results were much better. So, after the unfiltered output and the filtered output of 5 dreams, we could see that there was a significant improvement or a change. The outputs were much more complex and had a bit of randomness involved. Me being nerdy, I also wanted some hard metrics or mathematical values which would be able so that I would be able to compare whether there was a significant improvement or change. And these are the graphs which represent whatever were the outputs. So, in conclusion, what I did learn about AIs is that, yeah, they do work similar to human brains. So, we can have dreams in AIs as well. It is not similar to what a human brain dreams like, but still, there is something which we can extract out of. It was just I was just trying to make a connection between neurology and biology of a human being and that of ML models in neural networks. If you want to learn more about how neural networks work, I would highly suggest watching 3 Blue 1 Brown. He's made some really good videos and he goes in depth about how the neural networks work, and that is what actually made me curious in asking, okay, so can AIs actually dream? Do check out his channel. He makes some awesome videos about mathematics, statistics, and machine learning, etc. And do let me know what other experiments have you performed in yourself, whatever results you have got, and what I should do for the next video. Till then, stay curious, keep experiment. Goodbye.